Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure we had Let's Go to the Manga Artist's House Part 2, where Josuke and Okuyasu went to Rohan's house, realized that everything was sus. Okuyasu was turned into paper, Josuke went in, and Rohan insulted his hair. Josuke promptly beat the ever-loving crap out of him. Then we got an origin story of why Josuke styles his hair the way he does. He styles it after the hair of the man who saved him and his mother on that fateful night, years and years ago. And yeah, that was that. It was an interesting episode, a good follow-up to the first part. The first part, which I really wasn't feeling too well. I mean, like, I didn't care for the episode that much, is what I'm trying to say. But then it all resolved pretty nicely, I will say. So yeah. That was pretty much that. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here we go.
Brilliant! It reminds me of The Hunt.
Okay. Now that was a good one-off episode. All right. Very good. Very, very nice and fun. A good bonding between uncle and nephew. I will just assume that Josuke wouldn't heal that elderly couple, and hopefully they weren't traumatized for the rest of their life. Okay. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and hop into the notes. Hunting. We went hunting. That's... I don't know why. That's really cool. It's interesting that the rats, both of the rats had the same stand, you know? It was basically the exact same stand for both of them. But that was interesting, you know? And again, very interesting that animals seem to have more mechanical-like stands, you know? Or, because, you know, the monkey had a boat. Iggy had this sort of metal chimera thing with the fool. Pet Shops wasn't exactly mechanical, I would say. It felt more like almost a living statue, you know? And then now here these two have just fucking guns, basically. So yeah, it's very interesting that seems to be a consistent theme with animals that have stands, is that they're all some sort of artificial thing, basically. And some more blatant than others. These two rats having pretty much just a gun, and the monkey having a literal boat, whereas Iggy and Pet Shop have more... They're more creatures, yet still mechanical and artificial. But I like that. That's an interesting idea, an interesting sort of thing to keep up with animal stand users, you know? So yeah, but an interesting premise of this episode, that Jotaro and Josuke just could go hunting for rats, you know? But I like that. And of course at the beginning it is funny when it's like, oh, are we gonna go hunting for some chicks? And it's like, oh, god damn it, that's... Just don't assume Jotaro would do that. I wonder if Jotaro's married at this point, if he ever found someone. Maybe, I don't know. He's, what is he now, 28, I think? So yeah, maybe by now he's found someone. I mean, Joseph and Jonathan had found someone by their early 20s, so of course Jonathan then died, and Jonathan died and Joseph cheated on his wife, but, well, that was much later, at least, so, I don't know, maybe Jotaro's found someone by now. But yeah, just the two of them going hunting, I like that. And I like, yeah, and it makes sense that it's just the two of them, not bringing Okuyasu or Koichi on this, mainly for the whole thing of the hitting the targets, you know, shooting from afar. That does make sense, and especially, too, when you have... you know, Okuyasu, who bless his heart, is an idiot. And Koichi, who's so new to this whole thing of stands, he's still relatively new. It is pretty much in the best interest not to have the two of them there and have it just be Josuke and Jotaro, Ugh, excuse me. So, flesh cubes. This does kind of feel like two stand ideas, like, having, like, oh, let's compact all of this into, all this flesh into a cube, and also a gun, But it's a clever way of doing that, where it's a clever way of doing it where the gun stand fires a needle, and then the poison basically melts your flesh, and then can be shaped into the meat cube. That was very interesting. So I like that, and honestly, I like just getting into, like, it literally is just getting into hunting, hunting your prey and stuff like that. Tracking and thinking, what would an animal do and all this stuff. Honestly, yeah, even though they are a bit smarter and a bit stronger than the average rats, at the end of the day, they were still rats. And if you can figure it out, if you can figure out how they function, you can beat them, So I did really like that. And then we had the whole thing of target practice. So I'm curious if, I wonder if in terms of precision, how would you compare Shining Diamond to Star Platinum? Because Star Platinum, he's our complete precise boy, That's his whole shtick, is precision, Precision that even kind of beats Polnareff when it comes to Silver Chariot, And that's always the thing, is that he is so OP with that. But that's how he would, like, get a flesh bud out of a person and stuff. It's that level of precision that he has, or to literally catch a bullet, which he did here. He caught the thing. It's just in catching that, it then spread the poison, So yeah. But yeah, I would be curious how precise. Is it a matter of precision? Is it a matter of experience? Is it I'm curious what the whole, like what it would be, how to compare precision between Star Platinum and Shining Diamond, And then we had the whole thing about composure, which, I mean, yeah, Jotaro, he pretty much always keeps his composure. Like, the only time he ever really lost his composure, I think, was facing Dio, or maybe a bit when he was fighting Steely Dan, but yeah, it's he really does contain his composure, but Josuke has to work on that, and I like that, and I like how Josuke says, I feel like I'm the kid at the adult table when it compared to you and this rat, you two are so good, but he rises to the occasion. And yeah. So, the whole thing with poison, luckily, Shining Diamond can heal the poison, so that's really good. And yeah, so, and I like that, it makes sense that Jotaro would try to catch, the needle so that he could analyze it, but in doing so, it poisoned him. But I like that. What was the other thing I was going to say? What was the other? I think it was... Let me see here. I'm not sure. I was going to say something else about that, but I can't seem to think of it. Oh, well, I guess just the next thing would be when Josuke is shot. And I like that Jotaro gets the needle out before any of the poison spreads, which is how they get around that. Because, yeah, Josuke can't heal himself with Shining Diamond, which is a good... I really do like that they put in that limit to Shining Diamond. Because, yeah, otherwise, there wouldn't really be too many stakes when it comes to Josuke. But that's the thing, is there's stakes when it comes to Josuke, and then you have to be really bad off not to be saved by Josuke. So it still works out for him being, a healer. But yeah. Then they had the whole thing about backtracking. I love whenever the narrator just talks about some shit. Basically, it's like, the concept of backtracking. You know, like that was really interesting. And again, you know, it's not normally something that rats do, but these rats are smarter, you know, because I mean, they have to be better than an average rat because they did survive and, you know, got stands. So, excuse me. So that's the reason why they are so much different from normal rats, is because, yeah, they have to be. That's how they were able to get stands, you know? How they were able to survive and get stands. We had Star Platinum busting out that time freeze left, right, and center, I must say. So, that was really good. I like that. Let me see that real quick. I love how he says it, too.
That dirty rodent used our own rat trap against us? Star Platinum, the world! Oh, good grief.
I really like hearing that. Star Platinum, the world! Like, he specifically, even though it's like that is a power of Star Platinum, he specifically calls it Star Platinum, the world, when he freezes time. I really like that. That's a really nice... It's weird because it's an homage to Dio, you know, our previous villain, but I like that. I like how he does that. Star Platinum, the world. And yeah, then he uses that to not only save Josuke, but then to dodge the attacks. And then yeah, sort of the last thing to talk about is the kill shot, which was very cool. Jotaro going in, he has to be the bait, and Josuke takes the shot. Now, you could argue, okay, when it fires and Jotaro dodges, there's no reason that he couldn't then use Star Platinum to shoot the bullet, you know? Or even stop time and have Star Platinum do it. There's no reason that Jotaro could not have done that himself, but it does work better, narratively, it works better that Josuke does it. So I like that. And yeah, using that first shot to basically get the rat out of hiding, and then once it aims at Josuke, he's right, you know, Josuke's right in the line of fire, but that means so is the rat, and then he used the other bullet in order to get him. That was really, really clever, you know? So, I like that. A good moment for Josuke, you know? And again, just a really good episode, and especially, too, because this is, you know, it's an episode of two JoJo's, and one of them who, we know he's really good. We had 48 episodes showing how amazing Jotaro is, so I like having Josuke, you know, live up to that, you know? Like, yeah, he is a JoJo, too. He is good enough, you know? He is the hero of our story, as they said back in Battle Tendency, you know? So, he is worthy of being our hero. So, I really enjoyed that. Really great episode. Really enjoyed it. I know this discussion's probably a bit on the shorter side, but there's not a ton of stuff we can talk about. But really good episode, and I'm looking forward to see where we are going next time. So with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.